Hello, my name is Mrs. Willis, and I'm one of our U.S. history teachers. I'm going to take a few minutes to go over what we do in our U.S. history classes and different ways that your student has support built in to help them. So first, here's a list of all of our U.S. history teachers. So we have Mr. Hobbs, he teaches period 2. Mr. Ittner teaches periods 2, 4, and 5. Mr. David Lee teaches periods 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 6. And AP periods 1 and 5. Mr. Lunsberg teaches periods 1, 3, 4, and 6. Mr. Mendez teaches periods 3 and 5. And Mr. Justin Muller teaches periods 1 and 5. We also have Mr. Michael Muller, who teaches periods 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Mr. Kevin Welch teaches AP periods 3, 4, and 6, and period 1 for regular U.S. history. Mr. Westerman teaches periods 2 and 3, and I teach periods 4 and 5. So I listed all of the email addresses for our teachers. If you have specific questions about how your student is doing, you wanting to know what they can do to improve their grade, please feel free to reach out to the teachers to ask these questions. So content that will be covered second semester. So these are some of the main topics where we will start with the Great Depression. We'll go into World War II, then post-war America and 1950s. We'll spend time on the Civil Rights Movement, the 1960s, the Vietnam War, and then contemporary U.S. history from the 1980s, 90s to present day. And all of this just depends on timing, depending on if we continue with distance learning, if we're able to go back into a hybrid format, but we will try to cover as much content as possible. So typical classwork that you'll see within our varied teachers. All of us will do notes. Some of us do direct instruction lectures during Zoom. Some of us provide video notes. We also do a variety of discussion questions to get your student to think about these different topics in history. Maybe also doing breakout room discussions where they can discuss these topics with their classmates and peers. We try to do a lot of primary source document analysis, and this can be having them review political cartoons, newspapers, articles, journals, letters, anything from the time period that can give us an idea of how the people there felt about all these events that were happening, and helping them to learn how to connect all of these documents and to kind of come up with opinions. And then lastly, we will be assessing your student based on their knowledge. And there's a variety of ways that we provide assessments, whether it's quizzes, multiple choice tests, short answers, essays, maybe small projects. And so all of these kind of vary based on our teachers, but these are some of the things that we have in common. So resources for your students. We want to make sure you're aware of everything that is available to your students. Teachers are available for office hours Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. Have them make sure to check with their teacher in terms of like how they need to schedule these office hours, if it's an open office hour, if it is booked by appointment. So that way they can kind of schedule that. On Wednesdays, when we have our homeroom, from 9:10 to 10:10, all teachers are available with an open Zoom link so they can pop in, ask questions about their grades, figure out what work they're missing, find out what their teacher's late work policy is. So we highly encourage your students to attend office hours to make sure they understand what's going on and to ask those clarifying questions. We also started in February built-in intervention time throughout the period, and it's meant to ensure the students are completing work, giving them extra time needed to ask those questions and to make sure they're getting their work done and improving their grades. Other resources that are available to your student. There's virtual Saturday school that they can pop in, get tutoring. There's tutoring Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday during the week. Our library resource center has a lot of these options there. Our librarian, Mrs. Escobedo, is just ready and waiting for students to ask questions. There's the virtual resource center that has tutoring every day in the morning in case they want help during lunch or in between classes. So there are so many resources